Um, and good afternoon, everyone, on this beautiful cold day. My name is Michel, and this is my wife, Joan. Um, and we really welcome you in coming here today, taking your time off in order to learn more about twinning. Um, we would ask for everyone to keep their microphones closed as we're talking, and then when you're called upon, if you have a question or whatever, then put it back on, and then Nicole will tell you when it's your turn. She's the director of all of this. I would like to ask Joan to recite the prayer, please.
Okay, so we always begin with a prayer because we want the Lord to be among us, so that we can appreciate each other's talents and each other's beings. So here we go. I've selected a prayer from the manual. It was an Appendix A in the manual, the twinning manual, and it really spoke to me. So I thought I'd like to share that one with you. And it comes from praying in St. Vincent's spirit. Oh my God, set my heart on fire with a desire to serve you. As long as you lived in this world, all your thoughts went out to the salvation of all people. Teach me by your example. Grant me all the virtues proper to true evangelizers, and make me, through the fervor of my zeal, set the world around me on fire. I want to give myself to you, body and soul, heart and mind and spirit, in order always to do what pleases you. Amen.
Amen. Uh,
Oh, sorry, just before we continue, I would like to introduce two other people that are here that are important to our twinning, and they are two of our regional chairs. So we have Belinda Boyd. Belinda, could you raise your hand? Belinda Boyd is from BC Yukon, and she is the regional chair, so that twinnings in her areas go to her problems first and then to us eventually. And the other person is Mike. Mike, can we see Mike? Where is Mike?
oh, right
There he
there.
is. Mike is from the Western region, and he's well, both Belinda and Mike are pretty new to the job, so we're very happy to have them on board. Okay, back to you.
The format for this webinar is a short presentation that will be addressed initially by Nicole, the administrative assistant for twinning and the process of twinning. Nicole, and by the way, Nicole is also our archangel. Whenever we have an issue, we go to her, and
Yeah,
my God, she pulls us out of whatever issue that we're dealing with.
she has many years of experience in a really big heart. And see what Belinda's doing. I say, yeah, that's true. I would do the same thing, but she's much better at it than me.
Nicole?
Okay, so before we go to the question and answer, I want to go through our website, our twinning page on the website. So I will share my screen here, share. So do everyone see the website?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the welcome page of the website. So everything for twinning is under here, members. All the resources are here. And you go to the committee resource and you will find twinning. Everything is there. The amount, first of all, when do we send funds? February, August, and November. Minimum amount to send is $400, and the maximum is now $4,000. Payment method is you can pay credit card, e-transfer, or by check, but always use this transmittal form. And we have administration fees that are taken once a year. $25 for the fund sent online or $50 for the fund sent by check. And now I just want to go with you through this transmittal form. Okay. I think it's easy. So I thought maybe if we go through that, together. So here I will write St. Mary, the name of my conference in Montreal. Contact person, call, and my email address. Part 2, St. Joseph, times 80. So that's the information I need to know when I transfer the fund, that it comes from your conference and goes to that conference. Then we need to know if you want to send your entire amount in one installment, 2 or 3. Let's say in 2 installments, the amount will be $1,000. Say here, you can leave me a note if you want me to send, let's say $200 in February and $750 in August. Nothing in November. Everything will be sent the way that you asked me to send it here in the note. And if it should be the same for the 2 installment, I would send $500. No need to put it in the note. But sometimes conferences want to send more at the beginning or at the end of the year. Here, billing address, I will go with my address. Okay, so I have my total here, and this is where I choose to pay by check, credit card, or e-transfer. If I pay by check, please send a check to with the confirmation number. When you push submit, in your email, you will receive a message with the confirmation number, which you will write also on the check. So at the office, accounting can take your form and your check and put them together. If you go by credit card, well, it will be the same as whenever you pay online with a credit card. For the e-transfer, please send e-transfer to, this is the address, the email address where to send the e-transfer. And you will have a confirmation number in your email. So I will go with this. Submit. Now, let's go to my email.
Sorry, Nicole. When we
Yes.
send, if we're making a payment in check format, we make the check out in whose name? In the St. Vincent de Paul or in the
Yes.
name of the conference that we are?
No, it was written St. Vincent de Paul, I think SSVP Canada. It was written on the
I think I missed that one. Sorry, may have blinked.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay, so now I will share with you the email that I received. Where are my email? I have many pages open. That's Outlook. Okay, here. So this is the email I received from SSVP Canada. Okay. Try to get it bigger. Go here. Okay. So thank you for completing the online twinning transmittal form. If you have to send a check, SSVP National Council of Canada. It's written on the email that you will receive. Okay, the address is there. Or by sending an e-transfer, this is the email address to send the e-transfer. And your confirmation number is there. It's
Can you
I
not-
don't see it,
scroll?
Nicole.
Yeah, can
We
you
don't see
scroll
it.
up, Nicole? Because we can't see it. Just
We can't
scroll
see
up
it.
or scroll down or scroll up.
What did you?
What you're reading, we don't see.
You don't see that here?
We
Oh,
we
no.
see to please
Okay.
complete the transaction by sending the check to. That's all we see.
Okay. I don't know why it's on pause. I will stop and do it again. I don't know why it's on pause. Mail here. This one. Okay, can you see
Oh, there
it?
we go. Yeah.
Okay, good, good. So you have the name to which you will do your check, the address where to send it, and here the e-transfer winning payment at ssbp.ca. For any
It's in there.
way that you will pay, you have
It
your
was
confirmation number here. Okay,
on the
and
table.
then when you go down, you have all the information about what I've written here. St. Mary in Montreal, for St. Joseph, Port-au-Prince, 2 installments. This is what I will receive at my end also, with the note that I have to send 250 in February and 750 in August. And that's the total. That's your receipt. Okay, so I will go back to, just let me close this here. Go back to my twinning resource. There you go. Okay. Twinning here. Just, there you go. Okay. So now I'm back to the page on the website. Okay, so that was the twinning and project transmittal form. Okay. Correspondence, we ask that at least once a year you correspond with your twin. This is the list of countries that we are twinning with. Suriname should be soon one of our country. I think that Michelle and John will talk to you about that. For more information, you can subscribe here to the Twinning newsletter if you are not on the if you don't receive it yet. And you can write to Twinning Chair. This is Joan and Michelle, or to me, twinning@ssbp.ca. This is, once again, it's the same twinning transmittal form. It's there, and it's there a couple of times, so I'm sure you can find it on the web. These are the twinning newsletter that we have sent. If you did not receive it or you deleted it, you can come here and find all the twinning newsletter that we have sent. The annual report, that's the other thing I would like to go and look with you. It's very, very easy. It's in English, okay. All we need to know, no, I'm in French here, English. It's really about the communication between you and your twin. Everything that is money, the funds sent, the address of the twin, I already have all that in the database. All we ask here is who you are, who you are twinning with, and the communication between the two conferences. It's really, really, really easy. Communication 3 to 4 times. If you know what they are spending your money on, food, health. Here, if you have something to say about financial support, if you have a project that we can explain later, what is a project versus a twinning. So it's really, really it's really easy to answer, and then you click submit and we will receive it. And then I will share that with your regional twinning rep. Let's see. Here, I'll just share once again. Okay, so that's the annual twinning report that we asked you to fill in before the end of February, please. Here you have the twinning manual if you want to go and see everything, all the procedures and everything. It's in the twinning manual. Twinning application form. If you are not twin and you want to twin or you want a second twin, you can click here to have the application form. And this is for the twinning project. I think we have, can you, that's a bit too much. Here, can you see that page I just shared with you? Okay, so what's a twinning project? You have all the information of what is a twinning project. That is when you have a twinning, we say that $4,000 is the maximum money that you can send to your twin. But if they have something that they want to do that will cost, let's say, $10,000, they have to fill in this twinning, this project form that will be signed by their national coordinator, twinning coordinator, that will be sent to Joan and Michelle. So I guess they will maybe talk a little bit more about that. So this is it. Everything is on the twinning page of our website.
Okay.
Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you very much. The way that we structured this meeting is that we weren't sure exactly which questions you would like to ask us. So we're going to turn this over into a question and answer type of a process. But before I do that, we mentioned the name of Suriname a few minutes ago, and this is a brand new country that will be joining us
South America.
in South America, and they have 7 vacancies there that as we understand it, they're still in the process of establishing their financial banking and so on and so forth. But they said that it would be ready within the next little while. But what we have to understand in either South America or Central America, a little while doesn't mean what it means in Canada. It could be a week, it could be a month, it could be a little longer than that. So whenever that happens, we will be contacting the conferences that are in waiting for, and we will share with you possible conferences in which you can twin. But now I'm going to get back to and if there's more questions about that, you can ask them to us. What we would like for people to do is pose this question. Please give your name, the name of your conference, the name of the country which you're dealing with. And who would like to ask the first question?
I will. Sorry, I'll jump in. My name's
Okay.
Heather Knight Borluzzi, and I'm from St. Mary's Barrie. And we were involved with twinning, and there was a change at the treasurer's position for illness and stuff, and we don't seem to have all the information, and so I've been asked to kind of reach out again to figure out how we get back connected, and I have sent several emails to our regional contact, and I finally got a response actually on Friday, but after I had already signed up for this, so I thought this might be the best place for me to join in. So I'm not sure how if we just go ahead and start to do the donation. We were with Peru originally, so I don't know if I'm new to all this, so I don't really have all the information I need. So I've been told by other people that it was Peru, and but I don't know if we can just start to give the donation starting with this one now in January, or if there's been other people that have taken over. I don't know enough, so I'm a little bit at a loss.
You will, so what will happen, Heather, is that you'll need to send us whatever it is that you have, all the information you have, and we will look into our database, and it's highly likely that we can reassign you back to that country that in that particular conference. We'd have to contact the person that does our job in Peru.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
we need information to pass on to her. So if you could get that to us, we'd appreciate it, and we can see what we can do.
Yeah, I don't know that I have any of that, but I'll try again because that's why I wanted to join this call because all I know is that it was Peru. That's all I know. So,
Another option, Heather, if you're like, I know if you're like myself, sometimes you get confused trying to fill out forms. Just give us a call and we can give you our number.
yeah, no, I'm not,
Okay.
I have no trouble filling out forms. I'm technically very, very savvy. So that's not an issue at all, but I just was at a loss where to even go, like, because I had no information. So,
So you don't know the name of the conference
no,
in
just
Peru?
Peru. So I'll go back through. I'll talk to our president again and find out. But I think different people handle different things, and I just all I know is it was Peru. So I'll find out if I can get the conference name.
And
The more
which month?
specific can be, the easier will be for us to set you up again.
Yeah,
Yeah. And which conference are you from?
Peru, yeah.
St.
No.
Mary's St. Mary's Berry, Ontario.
Barry, okay. Okay.
Anyone else?
Joan and Michelle, it's Belinda, Belinda Boyd
Okay.
from BC. I wanted to ask in relation to the Suriname opening up, there'll be conferences, obviously, that'll be eligible for twinning. When
Mhm.
you look to assign them, I know that there might be people waiting to twin, but there's also conferences that support Haiti or parts of Haiti in which funds can't get to them right now. Who will get who will you go to first? Is what I'm asking. Like, will you go to conferences that are twinned and maybe not able to go through with their twinning because of the political upheaval, or will you go to a new conference to twin with someone in Suriname?
First of all, let me try to address the Haitian issue. Is that we received an email yesterday, um, and we're not clear about all the details yet in terms of where they're at in their email that we received is that they may have a bank from which to deal with now, and that was the issue at some point. And we still have to investigate further to make sure that if we send money there, that it will get to the conferences um, that is designated to go to. And so it's kind of an abstract answer, but that's all the information that we have so far. We still have to, we want to make sure that we're helping the people that you, as a conference, decided that they wanted to help. And so that's an issue. We believe right now, we think that most of the conferences are covered, but there may be areas that they're not, and that's what we want to investigate before we commence with
It is
that.
before releasing the funds from 2025 that are being held in the national account here in Canada. Is that correct, Nicole? Or did you want to add something to that?
Well, everything that was sent in December 2024, I think was all distributed. In November 2025, I was told that 90% of the amount sent in December 2024 was distributed. Only 10% was to be distributed, and I'm not sure if the email that we received yesterday saying that everything is okay means that this 10% was distributed. So we wrote back to them to be sure that this was also distributed, and we will have an answer, we hope this week or later on.
Shortly, yeah.
We have to be sure that this amount was also distributed before we start again.
Before you release the funding for 2025.
Yes, yes, exactly. Yes.
Does that answer your question, Belinda?
One part of it. So what I'm understanding is the conferences that are currently supporting twins in parts of Haiti in which the money can't get to are sort of in a hold pattern still, and they may get good news, which sounds wonderful. But now the Suriname, you mentioned the number 7, and I wasn't sure if that means there's 7 conferences ready. Have you got 7 conferences here ready to twin with
Yeah,
them?
we do. Yeah, we do.
We do. So I have been in touch with the president of St. Vincent de Paul in Suriname, and they have we've been doing this for 4 years now. So, but they're at the point where they're talking with the bank. All of the 7 conferences, and that's all they have in that country, 7 conferences, have been registered, have an aggregation number from Paris.
Mhm.
So they're ready. Because that's one of the things you have to, in order to become a twin, you need to be registered. It's the banking situation. Again, they need to open an SSVP account, and they are in the process of doing that. The person I spoke with, she's quite excited. She seems to think she's been left with the impression that that account, the issue of the bank will be resolved within 2 months. So we do have 8 on a wait list already. And they've been waiting for some of them. They all came on the list when there were problems with communication with another country. So they left the other country and decided on their own to leave that country and go on a wait list just in case something came through. So that, Linda, is the situation basically with Suriname. Our national council will support the national council, the Superior Council of Suriname, because we do not have a twin at this point in time. So we're looking
Excellent.
forward to doing that.
That's really great news. Thank you. And that does answer
You're
my
welcome.
question. Thank you.
Anybody else?
I see in the chat that we have 2 questions about having a twinning with Nigeria and Kenya, and unfortunately, we don't twin with Africa. CGI, Council General International, they assigned us countries from America. The only country that we have that is not in America is Ukraine because CGI asked us to take Ukraine.
And we have 2 conferences in the Ukraine, and we will not be expanding that. We will keep those 2 conferences functioning. But and the national has for a year they supported the national in Ukraine. But again, we're moving on, and we cannot accept anything outside of the Americas at this point in time.
We have another question from Sheila and William Wilcox about Trinidad and Tobago. I will get back to you with that because we wrote to them, I wrote to them, Michelle and Joan wrote to them, and they said to us that all the funds were distributed. So we will continue to ask for proof of that and to be sure that yes, it was distributed, and we are into the process for now. We don't
Yeah,
have an answer to give you today.
I do have some. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, Nicole, Sheila, and hi, Michelle, Joan. I just actually want to tell you that I'm in direct contact with our compatriot down there, lovely Sandra, and she has sent me a text this morning that they just received the money. So they do have it in their account. I know Nicole and the TCs will be very happy. And I want to let you know that because I have a house full of company, like 15 family members here I'm giving lunch to. So I just wanted to let you know that that is resolved at the moment. I do have other questions, which this is the forum, but just for now to keep you happy, the money is in her bank account at the St. Martin de Porres caring for her, and they're very grateful.
Well,
And
thank
she's
you for
lovely.
sharing that with us. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Yes, there's your good news prayer for the answers to prayers for the day.
Our prayers for today. There you go. See, the
Okay,
prayer really
so
works.
I'm so sorry. I have to go. So you're okay, Nicole? You've got that. And I don't know if I want to say the amount on the air because I sent her back another text quickly and said, could she send us exactly the amount that's came into the St. Martin de Porres bank account in Trinidadian, which equals what our conference or you forwarded on our behalf.
Okay, and they received it this week.
She said today, I think she said, we received the funds for our account. It could have been yesterday, to be after your discussion, I assume, with Sue. So there you go. And she's thanking us profusely, and she answered the amount to the penny, or to the whatever you call it.
Great, thank you.
All right, thumbs up,
Bravo.
ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, I have to go. They're waiting for lunch.
Okay. What are you serving for lunch? We might drop in.
Okay, there's quite a bit of stuff there. They're coming in from the
Have
ski
a
hill.
great time.
Thank
Nice
you.
Thank you so much for all your work.
You're
I just
welcome.
You're
have, I
welcome.
have a, okay, this is Nirmala from Mississauga. Just have a
Yes.
question. Let's say I have two questions actually. If we want to support a conference in Peru or wherever, can we combine it with another conference locally, because we might not have the 2,000 or the 3,000 or 4,000? So can two conferences get together and twin with a conference in one of those countries that we talked about?
Yeah, some particular council does that.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Okay, and so it is possible. And
Yeah.
we have to get approval from you or Joan, and the
Yeah.
second one is what the transfer fees that we talked about, $50, $25, whatever, to send the money. Is that taken out of the 1,000 that we're sending, or the 2,000? Or so would it be better
So
for us
this
to
is
just
why-
send it on top?
Yeah,
of-
this is why we suggest that you send 1,025
Okay, all right.
as
No,
opposed to
because
1,000.
but my treasurer does it, so I wasn't too sure what was happening, so I thought I'll ask the question. Thank you.
Only once a year. You don't need to send $25 each time if you
For every-
send funds twice or 3 times a year. Only once a year.
So
If
the-
if
like
you
the
send
$1,025
$1,000,
or
it's 1,025. That's how you want to do it. If you want to send it three, it's only $25.
Once.
Makes no
once,
difference.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, thank you kindly.
Okay, you're welcome. Anyone else?
Okay, so where's Anna Marie?
I am here.
I just can't see you.
I now have my video on. I'm in a car in New Brunswick and it's freezing.
Oh my gosh, there you go.
But I
How
am
can we help
stopped.
you?
We have a twin in Dominica. I'm with Mary Mother of God Conference in Oakville, Ontario, and we are
Okay.
twinned with Dominica. And we're having trouble the last little bit getting them to reply to emails. I assume they're being received, same email address, but not getting any response. And I'm wondering, is it Nicole I would contact about trying to manage that?
That would be us.
That would be us. We
Oh,
do.
that's you.
Nicole does. Yeah, Nicole does everything for everybody. She does everything that's affected by money. Anything involving money being received or not received
Yeah.
goes to Nicole. But anything involving communication, correspondence, or lack of correspondence comes through us. And then we would go to that country, to the person who does our job in that country, and state exactly what your issue is and ask for some kind of response.
So if you send us an email to that
Yep.
effect, and if you also mention the conference that you're dealing with, so
Okay.
it's easier for us. We don't have to go into that database, and it's so small, I can barely see the names. Anyhow, then we'll look into it.
And it might be
Okay.
the same address, but it could be a different person as the contact, and they haven't told us of the new name or the new email address.
Yeah.
And that
Okay.
happens both in Canada and the other countries. So
Interesting enough, often some of the countries come back to us and say, well, we haven't heard from the donor. So
Yeah.
then we have to try to get hold of the donor and say, well, when was the last time you connected with?
Yeah.
and sometimes the administration has changed. So
Yeah.
there's all those issues that and then
Okay.
when they resume, everybody's happy.
All right. And your
Now I get to
email,
see more.
your email is a Saint Vincent de Paul.
Yeah.
Like yeah. Okay. I'll find
Yeah,
you.
Joan and Michelle Casey at
Gmail.com.
gmail.com.
Just our
Okay.
names.
Wonderful.
Very simple.
Great. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're
Welcome.
welcome.
Have a good day.
You too.
Drive carefully.
Will do.
Anyone else?
Can I ask a question? It's Margaret Burton, and I'm calling from Wolfville, Nova Scotia. Yes, it's cold everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah.
We twin with Dominican Republic, and we've been having really good communication with them.
Well, good for you.
But
Wow.
it's a bit of a housekeeping question because I'm a bit of a stickler, and I have to report to our financial person who's always wondering, did the money get there? When was the money sent? So could you just go over how and whether it's possible to have like an email when the money goes out of Canada to our country? Is it possible for us to somehow? I think I saw it on
it's
the
a
big
money
website.
question.
It's a money question. That's
goes
Nicole.
to Nicole. So Nicole, could you
Okay.
answer
Yeah.
that?
Yes, whenever we send funds to the countries, we send a twinning newsletter. Did you receive it?
I do. So there's no way to get an individual news and an
No, it's
email.
not. No, sorry. We have 190 conferences, so I would take weeks to reach everyone. So no, we send one newsletter with the country that did receive funds, and then you can ask your conference if they did receive the funds.
Okay. And the second part of that is we had a bit of a panic last year because of Haiti, because Dominican shares the island, and we thought, uh-oh, but there was no concern. We were fine.
Yeah.
They're two separate countries.
Are you talking about natural disaster of some kind?
No, Haiti with all the issues and the political
No,
issues.
she's not saying Haiti. She said TNT.
I'm
Were you
sorry?
talking about the storms that went through, or?
Oh, no, they were fine. Our conference was fine in their location, so we were quite grateful for that, Fiona. Yeah.
Mhm.
And a second housekeeping question is just about the forms. So I don't know if I would do this here or just send an email to you, Nicole, and just ask. When we want to print for our files, it's really not very friendly. The transmittal form and also the annual report form, just having a paper copy or just a copy as a PDF.
Well, you do receive the transmittal form in your email,
Yes.
and it's not easy to print. Well, it's all the email with,
Yeah.
let me see if I'll print. I guess it will be on 2 pages or 3 pages. Well, 2. The other one is empty. That's what happened when we work with online stuff. It's not always done to be printed. So,
But I think she could print it to PDF. You don't have to physically print the paper. So if you
That's
print it to,
okay.
yeah.
Yes, I understand that, but and also the 4 pages of printing the annual report form, because it's so spaced, the way it comes off of the online reporting. I just wondered if there was a tidier way that maybe your IT people could do something. That's just minor, but
not for the annual report. It's a form that is made online, so I don't think that you can do something.
okay. Thank you. It was just a minor question.
Recollections.
All questions are fine.
Well, we're
You
into
never-
our 4th
You
year,
just
so I'm
never
trying
know
to
if you don't
streamline it
ask.
all. Yeah. No, we've had 4 years with good results with this, so we're very pleased.
Good.
Congratulations, because
Yes.
that doesn't happen to everybody in the Dominican
In the
Republic.
Dominican
Is that right?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Anyway, I'm happy to hear that one is working so well.
okay. Thank you.
Question?
Is there anyone else?
This is
Yeah.
Hello? Hello?
Margaret Bird? Okay.
Yes.
Yes, hello.
This is Helen Clow. I'm with the St. Vincent de Paul Good Shepherd Conference in Cornwall, PEI. I'm just
Yeah.
wondering, how much investigation do you do with the twinning company or countries like Haiti or whatever to make sure that it's stable enough to receive funds and that the funds are actually getting there? Like, who does the investigation and how, just to be sure that they're getting the money? Like, you talked a bit about it already about the banking, but who does that investigation and how is that accomplished?
Well,
Nicole?
I send a distribution list, and the twinning coordinator in the country has to return the list with a signature and dates that the funds were sent. So that tells me that they did receive the funds and distribute the funds. After I would say it's I don't like to say your job, but it's the conference, the Canadian conference that has to contact their conference, their twin conference to make sure that they did receive the funds. You see? And regarding the Superior Council, they have to be instituted, like a conference is aggregated. It's international, have a twinning rep for the international, and you have, I think, 3 at the American level, and the
International, it's the International Territorial Vice President. And again, it is Paris, the global structure, right, where our global office is. They are the ones who assign these people, and they are the boots on the ground. They help with all the forms, the project applications. They know the rules and they make sure that it's followed.
Yeah, and we've addressed that through them. Some issues.
We work with
issues,
them.
yeah.
Yeah, we've worked with them. They're very helpful
Okay,
because
thank
they're
you.
there.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Anybody else?
Hi, I'm Lynn Watts with St. Augustine's in Dundas, Ontario.
Mhm.
And we haven't done twinning yet, so I'm just wondering what my first step would be.
Okay, that's
Okay, your first step would be to fill out the application that is online, twinning application. And then that's sent and we receive it. And then after that, it's a matter of waiting. I mean, first of all, you have to make sure everything's filled out correctly and the right signatures are on the form. And because sometimes we have to go back and say, okay, you missed this or you missed that. So we
Right.
definitely need an aggregation number to show that you're registered as a SSBP Conference Council in Paris. And that tells it, and the date in which you were registered. And then after that, it's pretty much whatever you say on the form. We try to follow that because you can suggest what country you want to twin with. You can also say the language, preference for language. Although the Google Translate we use it all the time because, it's just more Spanish countries than English speaking countries.
I speak a bit of Spanish, but not good enough to communicate
Yeah.
in an intelligent way.
But if we learned anything in the past 2 years, it certainly is how to translate and how to
Yeah.
put on that confidentiality statement and things like that. So that
So-
should not hold you back.
So if I have any questions starting this, is your email on the line there?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
perfect.
Joan and
Again,
Michelle
surname.
TC.
At hotmail.com. But yeah, that's our St. Vincent de Paul official address.
Perfect, thank you.
Joan and Michelle TC at gmail.com.
Yeah, Joan wanted to be first, so I said yes. She's first
Okay.
in my heart.
Sorry,
like her
can I
costume.
add something?
Yep.
Similar to Lynn, but before filling the form, how do we know it's a good fit for us in terms of funds, and what is the minimum amount of funds? Do you prioritize that we share with the central here in Toronto, and they share internally first before we send to an international location? How much workload does it add to the council? And you mentioned that some situations things don't go well. Can you give us some examples? What goes wrong?
What doesn't go? Okay, the ones, first of all, we see or hear from about maybe 10% of all of the twinning. But it's the 10% that thinks
It's
they're going,
communication.
and it's communication.
Both end, either end.
Either end. They're not doing what the rules are, which is they have to communicate at least once a year, preferably twice a year. They should, when in our conference, okay, when I started with the twinning in our conference, that was in 2019, we finished and, we did a major project. But the thing is, when we started with them right from get-go, every time they receive money from us, they sent us a letter explaining what they did with the money. And so, we had no problems and we stayed with them for 10 years. And after 10 years, there's something called succession, which means the person who does our job in that country, for example, we were in Guatemala, they decide, okay, now they're self-sufficient, now it is ended. But in the meantime, we had been able to help them repair the roof, one time of it's like they run
It was like a McDonald house,
they run
equivalent here.
yeah. So anyway, they did repairs, but then it became so crowded that they worked with the ITVP, which is that International Territory Vice President in Spanish. He knew what to do about that, about applying for a project. And so we got the application for a project and we could do 10,000. The project was for 11,000, I think, or 12,000. It cost altogether. Everything had to be there's so many rules, but they know, the ITVPs really know, and they help the conferences.
But that's for a major project, not for if you just want to donate money to help your conference, that could be a minimum of $400. But a major project, it's a little more entailed.
Well, yeah, the 400 to 4,000 is the amount that you give as a twin for the year. It's nothing to do with
400 to 4,000?
budget.
No, 400
Yeah.
to 4,000.
Yeah. Yeah, the maximum is 4,000, the minimum is 400. That's just been changed, by the way. It used to be 300 and 3,000, and then one of our chairs, regional chairs, suggested that we go up to 4,000 and 400 for minimum, and we made that choice in September at our annual meeting. It was voted in.
In our situation, we wanted to make it a personal experience, so we flew down to Guatemala
We
and,
did,
and met
at our expense.
at our expense, and in order to meet with them and develop some very close friendships with them, and it was such an enriching experience for us.
And when we agreed to take on this project, because we just knew how important it was that there, again, more people sleeping on the floor than in the beds. So it was so necessary, and they gave us everything. We couldn't have asked for anything else. It was so well prepared. But we had $200 in our account. So what we did was we went to particular council, and all of a sudden I gave the presentation, I handed out all the paperwork I received, walked out of that room with $10,000. 1,000 from this one, 1,000 from that one, whatever, right? So you have to work with other people, but you do have to work within SSVP. You can't go to an outside agency and ask for help for that purpose. And that's the other thing that you have to understand, that restriction, that you cannot be giving money to people, not to people, but to countries or to causes that are not officially attached to SSVP.
So we have two people with their hand raised. Monica,
I'm sorry.
Where is Monica? I don't see her.
Right here.
Oh,
There she is.
So when that
Okay,
other,
Monica, yes, your question?
I realized from listening that we're not the only conference that twins with Dominica.
I can't hear.
So
Yes, there's many conferences in Dominica, as there are in Guatemala, as there are in Dominican Republic. We have history there. We have history, like Claremont, developed history over time.
so we're with St. Jude's conference, so maybe the other
We're
lady.
having trouble hearing.
I can barely hear you.
I think because I have silenced mine. Is that better?
Yes, better. If you get closer to the mic.
So that was okay. So I guess we're each, maybe not two people aren't twin with one conference over there. Just one conference with one conference, or how does that?
One conference to one conference. Like you can have two conferences, 3 conferences if you can afford that. But you can't, only one conference receiving money, that's it. They can't receive from another conference.
Like unless you twin, like if you're two conferences that decide to go at it together, then it's a different story,
No, but what I'm saying is no recipient conference can receive from 2 donors.
That's right.
And the other thing is, I had, so we converse through email. It's been 3 times a year. In November was the first time I ever asked if they got the money, and I haven't heard back anything. So in this conversation, I had a question, but I think it got answered before. It's kind of up to us, once we see from the newsletter that the money has gone out, then it's up to us to reach out and say, hey, did you receive the money?
That would be the point in time to do that. But On the other hand, you have to understand these are third world countries, what we used to call third world countries. So therefore, their communication with each other, like up to the different levels, it takes a long time. So for them to even physically get the money to the different conferences out in the jungle, out in the countryside, we've heard from 2 or 3 Superior Council presidents describing how difficult that is and what that entails, because not everybody's online. So if they're not online and they have no computers or laptop or no ITs, then they have to have it by mail, or somebody has to somehow get out to them and deliver it by hand. So, it's not, and that's not just one country. We've heard it from other countries as well. So they'll say, well, it might take 2 months or 3 months for them, for the actual conference and council to receive the money.
And we know now that in Suriname, that'll be one of the issues, because there's no infrastructure in terms of internet in some of the
Rural
areas.
the rural areas,
And,
yeah. And that's where the needy areas are, right? The neediest.
Yeah.
So you need to be patient. That's what you really need, is patience. If you're going to be the contact person for twinning, you need to sell it to your conference, but you also have to pray a lot, because it takes a lot of patience. Because it's not, it's a time thing, and nobody is out there. We have, our experience is that no one is trying to cheat or quit, or, trying to not give these poor people their money. It's not intentional. It's just the way it's set up, right? It's not the Canadian way. It's not how we do things. And you have to understand that. That's what you're getting into.
So we have 3 other questions. Oh, are you finished? Are you done, Monica? Do you have another question?
we don't hear you.
She's talking, but we can't hear.
You're talking, but we don't hear you.
It was the first time I had asked them if they got the money, only because someone had asked me at our meeting to ask them if they got the money. Before that, I never had asked them. I just kind of respond to her email or initiate one on my own, but we're just more talking about the activities of our conferences, sending pictures.
Exactly. And you know what? They appreciate as much the information you send to them about your conferences and your pictures as you do receiving from them. It's a two-way thing, right? And that's how relationship develops.
It develops a friendship in a sense. At least that was our experience. And we considered them to be very good friends, and we loved them to death. And that was reciprocal.
Yeah. Every conference, every donor conference has to remember that I think appreciate the differences, appreciate and celebrate for sure, for sure. So again, like I say, our job's a little difficult now because it's 10%, and they're all the same countries that we're dealing with where there are problems. And it's not, we try. We always ask, and we'll ask again, and then we'll ask again. But you cannot expect an answer until at least 2 months after you've seen in the newsletter that money's been sent to your conference. It's not saying when they sign the form, right? It's somebody from Superior Council saying it's been distributed to another level, but not to the conference directly. Right, Nicole?
Yeah.
Or the
and we
council
have 3
directly.
other questions, 3 other people
Okay.
waiting for questions.
Okay.
Okay,
Is it-
Belinda?
Are you satisfied?
Oh,
Okay.
thanks, Nicole. Thanks, Jean-Michel. I know some conferences from when they first started twinning may have their circumstances changed, and they are not able to twin. They don't have the capacity to twin anymore. What's the timeline that they should inform so as to ensure there's an easy transition or pass, like a handover, if they're no longer able to support like a twinning relationship?
Well, as soon as they know that they can no longer support us, we should know.
We should be told, but first of all, you should be told. And you remember how you did that? I felt so good about that that was reassigned to you. You knew of another, I think it was your own conference that picked up, right? From Nanaimo, from the conference in Nanaimo. So, you talk among yourselves, especially in a region, as a regional coordinator, you try to keep on top of that, and then we can hear about it, right? And all we have to do in the database is change it. It's very simple in the database. We just and then we write the letter to the conference or to the person doing our job, superior twinning person, and say, this is the new contact. This is the new name and the new address, and then everything continues.
Mhm.
So it's the one of the easiest things in the whole system, right? Because you're already in there. Now, if you can't be in there, all we have to do is change who can be.
Okay. And what would be a good timeline? Like the conference is doing their planning for the year and they're realizing that they don't have the capacity to maybe pick it up the following year. When's a good time for you to know? Is it before the end of December, by November, by October? Like what's good? Doesn't matter?
Anything.
Once they made the decision that you can no longer do it, then we should know.
No. Okay. Thank you.
But their regional chair should know first,
Yeah.
because they may be able to find somebody else in their own region before it comes to national.
Yeah. Okay. Thank
right?
you.
Because it's your own people
That's right,
first, and then
national.
after that, come to us.
Okay. And it makes it more fluid that way, you know.
Okay, Marita?
Yes, hi. This is a question for Nicole, actually. I'm Marita Pascofon from Etobicoke Particular Council here in Toronto, and we are twinned with Santa Rosa de Lima Conference in Lima, Peru. Nicole, you mentioned about when the funds are sent from national to the twinning conferences. In the website, it says that they are sent in February, May, August, and November, but at the beginning you said that is this year only February, August, and November?
Yes, it's all well, since last year, it's February, August, and November. We don't send in May anymore.
Because in the website
That was changed last year.
That was, at a meeting, we decided that was, there are other things going on, like usually the ANF is getting in ready to go. And I mean, people are really busy. So we decided we could eliminate only that one. And it's not just for 1 year, it's for all time until we decide to go back another way. It was a decision made at the
At the national
20
level.
National Council meeting, annual council meeting.
Yeah, no, just letting you know that in the website, it's still February, May, August, and November. So it should be changed in the website too.
Okay.
Maybe you have to refresh your browser, because if you see here, it's February, August, and November. May isn't there anymore.
Yeah, but if you go to the manual report,
Oh,
if you go in deep and
in
you
the-
start reading about maintaining your twin and correspondence and financial assistance, if you go in deep, it's still,
in
yeah,
the
that's,
manual.
yes,
Okay, I'll check
yes,
that.
in the operational manual. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, I
thank
was
you.
confused. Yeah,
Thank you for bringing it to our attention.
Yeah.
thank you.
And
Anyone
the
else?
other one is Fred Conway.
There
Hi,
was,
Fred.
yes, thank you. In the discussion, there was some reference to the situation in Trinidad and Tobago, which is where our twin is. I'm with St. Joseph the Worker Conference in Thornhill in Ontario. Is that situation clear, assuming that this one problem has been cleared up?
Who is your twin? Which
Our Lady
conference?
of Lourdes in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, a Lady of Lords is one of the ones that we've asked about. So we haven't got a direct answer back on that, but we are looking into it.
Okay.
As soon as you said Our Lady of Lourdes, I
Yeah.
knew right away that
Was it
it's,
this week or last week?
yeah, I think that my email went to them, and we're still working on that one.
Yeah,
We
Okay,
have a
thank you.
good relationship with Trinidad and Tobago. It's not that, we've over years worked with the same person, and it's just a little bit of a wrinkle right now.
Nicole?
as we know that we had two problem with Trinidad and Tobago,
And you were the other one. You were the second one.
yes, exactly. So as one was, how do you say réglé?
Okay.
Regulated
Mhm.
or solved.
Solved, thank you. As one was solved this morning or yesterday, I hope that your conference was also solved. So we will write to Trinidad and Tobago saying thank you that the first one was solved. What about the second one?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right?
We can
Okay.
follow up
Okay.
with that.
Yes, we'll
Yeah,
follow.
Now that we know that you didn't get it, so we can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, because the issue came up, we just cut the check for this year. And we could just continue sending it, I presume. You just hold the money until the situation's cleared up.
Yeah.
This is what happens for the most part.
Nicole will answer that. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the name of your conference?
St. Joseph the Worker in
Okay.
Thornhill.
Yeah. Okay.
Fred, we are also St.
Thank you very
Joseph the
much.
Worker, but in Richmond, BC. And we also support a conference in Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh.
There you go.
I hope it's not the same one. That would be cheating.
Okay. Any more questions?
Are we good?
Okay.
Janet?
There's someone.
Hello.
Who is this?
Is
Is this everybody?
Is Janet? Janet. I
I'm
think.
here. Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm from Surrey, BC, with St. Bernadette Conference, and we have a twin in Haiti. And of course, we've been watching this problem and trying to see how we can get funds to Haiti. But I guess at this point, it sounds like our funds from last year are being held in national. How long should we were just wondering if we should ask that those funds maybe be sent to other funds or to other conferences that are maybe in need or something, or maybe assist another conference or something that is having trouble meeting their obligation to their conference. We just don't know how long that money should sit there before we decide to do something else with it. Or should we just leave it there indefinitely and hope that Haiti's problems are solved?
Well, we've been talking about in some cases where that is happening. The money has been well, Nicole could probably address that, but she suggests that you can either ask for it back, right? Goes back into your conference, or you could give it to another group under St. Vincent de Paul, such as North of 60, where the money would go towards that project to help the people that live way, way up north.
Yeah, well, we do give donations to North of 60 and North of 50 as well now, which is the BC portion, but we were just wondering if there was some way we could maybe just redirect it to it.
You know what? The other thing is that we have projects, a couple of projects on the go that one of them, it was very similar to what Belinda was saying, that they just didn't have the funds. They felt really bad about it because the project was really well written. And it was in Dominica. And so I sent it on to the regional chair. I haven't heard back from him, with all kinds of pictures of what they wanted to do, which is open up a chocolate factory. And they would be working with the community, and they'd be growing cocoa beans and all kinds of stuff. It was a young man with his mother, supporting his mother. And I mean, it was so well done. And she felt real bad, the contact person in the donor situation. But she had to say that their own people had to come first, their own community, so they couldn't come up with the funds. But anyway, so that's just sitting there in limbo. So if anybody here today would like to support that project, then Nicole, how would they do that? Can you tell us how they would do that, Nicole?
Well, if you want to have the fund that you send for 80, right, redirect to another to another project, you can email me, twinning@ssvp.ca.
So you can arrange that.
Maybe the twinning with 80 will resume
fairly soon.
No, but it could.
Yeah. Well, we had talked about taking on another twin. Now, Belinda was saying that they had one that was going to have to relinquish their twin because they couldn't. There you
go.
Hate them. They couldn't fund them anymore. So, Belinda, maybe I should talk to you about that. Maybe we could take over that twin.
Yeah, we did take that on, Janet, but maybe there are others, like Joan and Michelle said that there's sort of a waiting list. But from my understanding, the current, and correct me if I'm wrong, Joan and Michelle, but the current number of twins that are available have got, they're all twinned, and you have a waiting list, and that's what Suriname, when Suriname opens up, they're going to be addressed
Yeah.
by that waiting list.
But it sounds like Suriname's already all they have people waiting to take them on as well. So
Yeah.
So if I were looking for a second twin, I would certainly consider, I think a reassignment would be a good thing because you're already established in twinning and you're already, you still want to stay into it. And whatever conference you're leaving, let's say it's Haiti, right? If that Haiti comes open, well, then we have on a wait list, we'll have other people.
yeah, well,
So it's not when we started, okay, I have to say, when we started 2 years ago, what happened was there was a big withdrawal from Nicaragua. Remember when it closed down? And so poor Clement was not stuck with, but he had 16, maybe was it 16, Nicole, or 20?
Or whatever.
20 conferences that needed to find another country or another twin because they wanted to stay in twinning, but they could no longer be in Nicaragua because of the persecution of the church. So of course that took up all the recipients that were on the wait list were picked up. Yeah.
Well,
So
that
now
one, the one that Belinda talked about, is that that's in BC, I would assume, somewhere, Belinda, the one that you said they couldn't.
It was a conference on the island, and then our conference took it on. And that's what Joan was talking about. It was just we became aware of it more in my role as a regional rep. And then my conference was not in twinning, and we decided to take on that conference. So that's how that was resolved. But I'm not aware of another one currently in BC. Not yet, anyway. So.
Well, I think what we'll do is we'll just hang on with Haiti and hope that kind of it resolves itself and the money will, reach the conferences. Yeah. But if you hear another one that becomes available, you could let us know, because we were thinking of taking on a second twin as well.
You give us an email with your name and your conference and all that information, and then we can put you on a wait list. And you won't necessarily come up, but at least if you're not on the wait list, I'll forget, or we'll forget, because we have to work with whatever we have, and we have files and everything else. Right?
And then we'll say,
my understanding is my understanding is that there are no twins available at the moment. Like if we applied, you'd go on a waiting list to get a twin, right? Is that my?
Well, yes. But
there's a project though.
There is a project. Yeah, money that project. I would love to see that project go. I will. Yeah. Anyway, we'll have to see what we can do about that.
So where would we find out more about this project? That might be a good place to.
The project. Certainly, I could send you a package about the project, because it came to us. And it didn't go to, and I sent it to the regional chair for Ontario, because it's
one of their
twins. I
twins.
heard that they have. Well, no, it's because that
they said he might be able to do something with it.
He's now the president of Ontario, so between, if anybody, he talks as if they have money, so it's not a whole lot of money. I think it was $10,000. Like it's not, an impossible. I just felt really bad because they felt really bad about not being able to do it. And also the project itself was so well written. So I'm trying hard to sort of figure out, if we can possibly do anything for it, right?
So we could donate some money towards that then.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Like Nicole says, you just say, the chocolate factory in Dominica. And Nicole will see that's where it's going to go, and we'll talk about how we're going to get it there. Right? We'll work out the logistics.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your generosity.
I have to ring off Joan and Michelle. I just want to say to you and to Nicole as well, thank you so much for doing this. This has been so helpful and so informative, and I just want to thank you very much. And I hope that we get to do this again.
Everybody has to know that this was Belinda's original idea. So I thought, okay, we'll work on that. We'll put it down and see what we can do.
We're used to having people tell us what to do, and it helps an awful lot.
Immensely.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you,
Thanks, Belinda.
Okay, so I guess that's it. Our time is up, is it, Nicole?
Yeah.
Or is there any question to me?
Well, if there's any other questions, certainly you can contact us. You know our names now. Joan and Michelle TC at hotmail.com.
No,
No,
Gmail.
gmail.com. Sorry, gmail.com.
Yeah.
And we have a computer. Our laptop is devoted just to twinning. So, you know, that's the address for this particular laptop. Okay. So I guess that's it.
Well, we'd like to thank you very much for attending this workshop, and we feel it's important. The more we know about something, I think the better we become. And you gave us an insight into your minds, and we appreciate that immensely.
And obviously there were things that we couldn't guess about, you know, that's happening that people were questioning until we opened this format. So we appreciate that. We appreciate input.
So thank you,
Have a
everyone.
good-
And Nicole, you will send us the link for the recording, right? So that we can take it back to the conference.
Well, I'm not sure. I have to talk with someone to see how to get all your email. If you want to be sure that I send it to you, please send me an email, twinning@ssvp.ca.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you, Nicole. I appreciate it. Thanks, Joan and Mike.
You're welcome.
Au revoir.
Nice day.
All
Au
right.
revoir.
Bye now. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
Thank you.
we're
Bye.
two pairs of underwear.